right, this training, guys, is going to be about overcoming your destructive habits. So we have a saying in our Bulletproof Method community. You change the mind, you change the body. Now think about that. As soon as you change your mind, you have the power to do anything. And this is what any successful person does in anything that they do. It's all mind over matter. So once you change the mind, you can change the body. So that's what we need to work on, is changing the mindset to get this weight loss going. Mindset will either make or break your fat loss success. So if you don't have the right mindset, you don't have the right thought pattern, you don't create new thought patterns to get rid of the old ones, then your weight loss success is going to be null and void. So we need to work super hard on that mindset. Some of the destructive habits that we have come across in clients is emotional eating, drinking, procrastination, binge eating, self-sabotage. And I'm sure that you guys can relate to one of these things. And if you can, that's okay. You guys are not alone. 90% of us have got these things. There's maybe 10% of us who are I wouldn't say perfect, because perfect is not an existence, but it's something that all of us have been through. And that's why we're here, because we're going to break through that. So the main thing is that you're here and you've got support. It's the start. So imagine being free of these habits, just having a clear run at your weight loss goals. Just imagine that. There's nothing that gets in your way. That's what we're here to achieve. A safe space where you have support all the way to your goal weight. That's exactly what we're here for. So the first step to overcoming these destructive habits is awareness. Admitting to yourself that it's going on. An alcoholic's not an alcoholic until they admit that they are an alcoholic. You don't have binge eating issues until you admit that you have binge eating issues. You don't struggle with weight gain until you admit that you struggle with weight gain. And that's what you've done. That's why you're coming to get help. The second step is noticing the triggers. Does it happen when you're tired? Does it happen when you're stressed? Does it happen when you're sad? Is it a person? Is it a place? Once you figure that out, then you can start to eliminate that from happening. We see 90% of these habits disappear when our clients are well fed, well slept, and are exercising consistently. 90% of these habits, guys. Those three things can get rid of the habits that you've had for so long. When I get tired, I get moody, I get upset, short-tempered. I start looking for sugar because it makes me feel good. That's me. That's everyone. Like that, it's just normal. This is how your body reacts to these kind of things. It's an emotion. And lots of people let their emotions take control of bad decisions and bad patterns. So what are you noticing even now that we're talking about? Any of these things, is there things that you're noticing now that we've started talking about it? Because I'm a big believer in prevention rather than cure. And this is why we work with you guys, because we want to prevent any health issues from A, getting worse, or B, even coming. Because if you can prevent it, you don't have to cure it because it's not happening. So how can we prevent these things from happening rather than creating coping mechanisms around them? Another common reason that these habits happen are because of suppressed emotion. So do you ever find yourself doing things that you don't want to do? Saying yes when you want to say no, or saying no when you want to say yes? That's suppressed emotion. When you're pushing down your feelings, they will always surface in these bad habits. Seeking happiness in food and drink. It's just one of those things. That's your body just screams for emotional comfort, and food and drink are two of the most common things that people turn to. One of the best counters for this that we've implemented with our clients is bringing back a little something for you. Start being focused on your feelings and your happiness. Filling up your cup is near the most important thing that you can do. We were not put on this earth to be servants to others and to be unhappy. You are more important than that. And there's too many of us that just focus our days and our lives around making other people happy. and you get yourself into this situation where you've fallen down a hole without even realizing it, and now you've got to do all this work to get out of it. So to prevent that from happening, we need to make sure that we create this mindset and this self-love and this you time to get the mindset right. Once the mindset's right, the world is your oyster. The sky is the limit. So I want you guys to think of an activity or a hobby that you used to do, anything. It can be small, something that you can bring back and make sure that it's obviously not walking or exercising, but something that you used to do when you were younger that you can bring back and you can start to do again, and something that makes you excited and happy to do. Start doing this just a few times per week or daily. So mine's driving a car. Like I love driving my car and I love listening to music while I drive my car. I'll literally just drive around. As soon as I feel like I'm overworked or overstressed or feeling down, I'll go drive my car. And this is why, I probably spend more money than I should on cars, but it's because I love it. It's my hobby. It's what I enjoy doing. It's what makes me happy. It's what gives me the feels. So I literally will get in my car, turn on my favorite playlist and just drive around, and I feel better. I feel 100 times better every time. It could be fishing. It could be going and kicking the ball around. It could be hanging out with your kids. It could be taking the dog for a walk. Like, everyone's going to have a different thing, but you need to find out what it is and you need to spend more time doing it. So I've seen our guys' fat loss results get so much better too when they're doing these things. And they literally get comments from mates and partners on how happy they are. And it's because of the mindset, because they're happier. They're doing things that makes them happy, that they enjoy doing. They get positive vibes. Their energy gets uplifted from it. You can literally get more energy from changing your mood. So many people think that they're down on energy because they're not eating enough, or they're like, it comes down to your mindset. You could be on next to no calories and you could increase your energy just by a simple flick of the switch and doing something that you enjoy and love doing. So it might seem difficult at the start, guys, but you need to put some attention back on yourself where you're used to giving it to others. It's normal. Do what you can to start and increase as you go. Do it more and more and more. All the spare time that you have, it will actually make you more productive in your job, in your work life, in your family life, in your relationship life. You're going to get more done. You're going to be a better person to be around. Everything comes from mindset, and mindset will give you everything that everyone wants you to be, including yourself. Imagine you being, oh, that's my last one. Sorry, that's my last. I went to the other presentation. So take from this, guys, mindset shifts. Go find stuff that makes you happy. Go do things that you may feel selfish about, but do more of it, because it's going to make this journey so much easier and so much better. The power of the mind is more than you know until you start to do these things. You've let yourself get too far invested in other people's stuff. And this is why we are in a weight loss journey, because you haven't focused on you. So now it's time to flick that switch, focus on yourself, get that right, and this weight loss journey will be nothing. It'll be just a little memory in the past. And you will be able to say that it was easy because you flicked your mindset. So I hope you guys took something from this, guys, and remember, rewatch. You're not always going to absorb all the information on the first time. And just remember, the power of the mindset is bigger and better than you would ever realize until you actually put it into play.